We're recording.
Hello, I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
And we used to be called Press X. Or if we do this in the old way, FKA Press X. Now, we are known as something else, Impossible Mission.
Yes, because, well, the challenge is to talk about video games without pissing someone off.
Yeah, it's not doable. It's just not doable. But anywho, this week we are going to be talking about a new game release and what it is and what it represents and all of that stuff.
Yeah. So what are we talking about then?
Cast your mind back to literally any event you've been to. There'll always be one PlayStation exclusive there. Cast your mind back to the very beginning of the PlayStation 4. One game was announced. It spent the entirety of this generation being developed. And only on this Valentine's Day just gone has it been finally released by Media Molecule. And that is...
Are you on about Dreams?
Dreams, yeah.
Is it finally out?
It's finally out.
That one slipped right by me.
Yeah, well, they've been doing good advertising, but we'll get into that later. But the reason why I wanted to talk about it is it's for what Media Molecule's new game represents.
Okay.
Because you look at other studios, and they're very much continuing with the status quo. You look at Sucker Punch, Insomniac, Bungie... whatever name I could throw out, they all have their type of game that they're good at. Third-person, action-adventure, platformer, shooter, RPG, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Media Molecule are none of those things. Media Molecule are their own genre, and that's what I want to talk about today. Because go back throughout their... I mean, let's remove Tear away from the conversation, because that was, despite a few little mechanics and being one of the only games to actually make use of the touchpad on either the Vita or the PS4 controller,
Yeah.
it's a pretty straightforward platform adventure, I'd say.
Yeah.
But what's the big selling point of Little Big Planet? What's the big selling point of Dreams? Well, let's go with Little Big Planet first, because I don't think you know what Dreams is. I might have to explain that to you.
Yeah, see...
but what's the big selling point of Little Big Planet? What was the big selling point?
selling point of Little Big Planet was the creative aspect of it.
Yeah.
You started off with this plain old sack boy or sack girl, whichever one you identified it as.
It was called a sack boy, because they had awards called the Sackies, which is just a really bad name or something.
Yeah, I'm not going to go there. But you then had the ability to tailor the sack person in whatever you want, where you wanted, with different colours and different outfits, different expressions, different eyes, different mouths, different hair, different clothes. And then you had your pod, which you could then decorate any way you wanted, and you could then go on to create your own levels of things in the game. And there was...
Well, it was a side-scrolling platform, wasn't it? That's what it's all confined to.
But I think the heyday for Little Big Planet was Little Big Planet 2.
It was a masterpiece, Little Big Planet 2.
Yeah, even now I still go back and play that game over number 1 or number 3.
The problem with it there was there was a lot of levels that were just basically play this level and get this trophy. It's like, oh, you suck, community. But
the bizarre thing is, do you remember Mod Nation Races?
Yeah, that attempted to be it, but if that was by a studio with as much clout as Media Molecule, I think that could have been a success.
Yeah.
But it was kind of swept away, really. Because that was the same sort of principle, wasn't it? You made kart racing levels. It was a completely open-ended sort of make-your-own kart racer.
Yeah.
Not quite as customizable in the sense of the characters were kind of what you saw is what you got, but actual levels, yeah, totally. But what is Dreams then? Because Dreams is kind of genius, I'll be honest.
Okay.
It's... You are plonked in an open space, and you can literally make anything you want. Any type of game, any type of level. Somebody's remaking Metal Gear Solid in it. Somebody's remade PT in it. Pretty much on the nose, remade it. Because there's a YouTuber called Project Genesis who has this like YouTube series where he highlights some of the great things. Somebody's made like a steampunk whale, which is anatomically correct, like mechanical whale. It's a creator. It's not a game. It's a resource in which anybody can make whatever they want. And it's not just the actual design of the level. You can also compose music in it.
So, hang on.
It's a fully fledged music composer in there too.
Are you basically saying this is basically a more advanced next level version of something like Minecraft?
It's different than Minecraft. I think it's better than Minecraft because Minecraft, it's all within that engine.
Yeah, but
everything looks the same. You have that blocky world.
But what I'm saying is, if you say Minecraft is for young children,
let me just say this. Let me just before you go any further. Let me just say this.
Yeah.
Somebody on Dreams made a spec design of PlayStation 5, which other news outlets picked up because they thought it was the real thing. Somebody has put a thing out there of the most realistic looking breakfast, like beans, black sausage, that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah,
it looks real.
I got that. What I'm saying is, theoretically, then you could have a kid basically playing Minecraft when they're a kid, and then getting into this whole idea, this world of imagination where anything is possible, and then moving from Minecraft onto Dreams, and basically just literally letting their imagination run wild and free in the most primal sense, and coming up with things that we probably haven't thought of for hundreds of years. And when I'm talking about that, see, this is what gets me excited about games like this, right?
I don't know if I call it a game. It's just absolute.
All right, resources like this,
limitless resource.
Resources like this. What gets me excited about resources like this is that they basically bring us back to a time when we literally had to use our imagination to achieve something. We haven't had to do that for a long time because we understand more how the world works now, and we understand the laws of physics and chemistry.
You're getting very flighty with this.
Yeah, but this is where I'm going. All of our advances in terms of technology and stuff like that, the mobile phone, for example, is basically the Star Trek communicator. Yeah. Who came up with the Star Trek communicator? Who had the idea that this mobile technology was going to exist at some point? Sci-fi writers from 50, 60, 70 years ago.
Yeah.
And then if you go back to the time of Jules Verne, and then you go back even further to when people were just writing about things that they just dreamt up, things from the imagination. This is something that, in terms of how we look at things, could basically take us back to that time, which is really exciting.
You took a very pretentious angle for it.
It's not pretentious. It's something that I'm excited about because I love stories. I love imaginative things. I love new ideas.
Yeah, it's really thrilling. It's really thrilling stuff because it's got a campaign in it about 2 or 3 hours, but it's just completely fresh as a concept. You are given a tool, do with it what you want, and people out there will do with what they want. And I think, personally, if this is as successful as it deserves to be, because genuinely, some of the stuff I've seen is bogglingly good, mind-bogglingly good, which is really cool. But there's nothing else like it. And frankly, for me, I've been kind of hazy with games because it feels like most of them have been camped in 2 separate territories. Either all third-person action games or first-person shooters. Yeah. And it feels like as this generation has gone on, as many classics as there's been many, many great games, all-timers, in fact. But if you don't really get on with one of those 2 camps, or you've got bored of it, what else is there? And along comes Dreams, and we won't say along comes, it's been in development for a very long time, but let's just say for the sake of this, how I'm selling this idea. But along comes Dreams, and it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
And I think as far as games, and because games need to evolve to stay relevant, and I think this is kind of kicking the creativity of gaming on the community level, maybe not on the developer level.
Well, see, here's the thing, right? There's 2 ways that I would want to see games develop, right? Number 1 is what we're talking about, Dreams, where basically the gamer becomes a creator and they can basically do their own thing.
Yeah.
The second way I'd love to see it evolve is in the more immersive aspect of games, so actually pushing VR forward so that you actually can become part of the game in the truest sense of the word. Stuff that you see in Eastern fiction, I would love to see coming more to the fore. And I think VR has basically been one of those flashes in the pan. Again, it's kind of died a death. But I just want to ask then, what would you call this new genre? Because we can't use Imagineering, otherwise we get sued by Disney.
Imagineers, isn't it?
Yeah, we'd get sued by Disney if we use that.
Can't make a game, something like that.
Make a game sounds lame.
Yeah, but you say that, but look at some of the names of modern genres. Souls-like, that's a game.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a game type, yeah.
That's a genre?
Yeah, Metroidvania, that's a game type. That's lame.
That's just an action platformer.
It's not. It's complicated. It's not going.
It's not a relationship on Facebook.
But there's lots of stupid genre names. I don't think there's. They call it media molecule like.
I mean, think about it. When you talk about games that define, this is something that's defining a new genre in video games.
But at the same time, as hopeful and as exciting as it can be, there's also going to be a lot of people who basically make giant cocks in it.
Yeah.
Let's be fair, because that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do. I mean, that's what Minecraft is full of. I'm assuming.
I don't know.
I've never played Minecraft, so
I don't know. I know my nephew plays Minecraft, and I'm not going to ask him.
How old is he?
I'm not going to go to a teenage boy and say, "So, how many giant cocks are in Minecraft?"
More than I've ever seen, Uncle. More than I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, that's the thing that's good about it, though, is you can put into it whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you've got bad ideas, it gives you the platform to carry them out, see what they're like, for better or worse. But if you have ideas where you think, why isn't gaming? Because I've had ideas on this podcast where I thought, that'll make a great game. Somebody should totally do that. I'm not allowed to say that anymore with a resource like that. I should either put up or shut up.
Okay.
If you get me.
Yeah.
I think that's exciting for the future of games.
All
because that level, it's democratizing things, isn't it?
Mm.
If more developers get on board with these sort of all-access tools or games, whatever you would call it, who knows what could be the next sort of step in what games are, what genres are.
The strange thing
rather
is,
than just sort of decamping into first-person or action adventures.
The strange thing is, I've got to ask this question. How do you think this would work with something like the Switch?
Well, I have precedent with Mario Maker.
Yeah.
So I think in Mario Maker was very, very successful.
Yeah.
Especially Mario Maker 2. So, yeah.
The reason I'm asking is because the Switch, because of its mobility and because of the fact that you can literally take the Switch anywhere, it's kind of the ultimate ideal for a platform like this.
Yeah, because it could be like artists. One of those little tablets that you get for artists.
Exactly.
But for like a thing. I mean, you don't even have to make games. I mean, I know some people are making short films in it.
Yeah, but you see what I mean? You could make a short film on your Switch and then take it around to your mate's house, play it on their TV for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really been underestimated how important this game could be.
Yeah.
It could be like the defining game of this generation, for my money. If it goes as well as I hope it does.
Yeah.
But the advanced word with the community is really, really positive.
Excellent.
So it could be that defining game of the PlayStation 4.
I hope so.
Because you say like God of War, great story, but
yeah, but again, what you're talking about is
it's just another I mean, as great as it is, it's just another third-person action.
It's what
adventure.
I say to you. It's generic third-person action adventure. What you're basically buying is the story.
Yeah.
That's it, okay? That's what separates one game from another.
Because you look at the games that define a console generation, and it's always something that's a little bit wacky, a little bit different. And that is essentially Dreams to a T.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you call this new genre, but if you've got any recommendations anyway, do comment below or tweet at us at TGS_The Geek Show, because genuinely I don't know what you'd name this thing.
Yeah.
But it's interesting and it's full of potential.
Okay, so that's us for this video. We'll see you next time on Impossible Mission.
Yes.
The show where we try to talk about games without pissing someone off.
So thanks for listening.